Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this, our 11th Signature FX episode on this, the 11th of February, 2018. This episode is all about the phenomenon that's been sweeping the universe, none other than Bitcoin. Signature FX is yours truly, Marley Holiday and Andrew Ibrahim. And as always, we like to kick off our videos with a thoughtful quote. Today's thoughtful quote comes from none other than Warren Buffett, who needs no introduction. I will note that Warren Buffett has stated publicly that Bitcoin will come to a bad end. However, there were a lot of very smart people at the beginning stages of the internet who said the same thing. This Warren Buffett quote goes like this: "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." This statement is somewhat of a contrarian view on the markets and relates directly to the price of an asset. When others are greedy, prices typically boil over, and investors should be cautious that they don't overpay for an asset, which subsequently leads to an anemic return. When others are fearful, it may present a good value buying opportunity. Another simplified way of saying this is, you always want to sell when prices are high and buy when prices are low. Now, this is easier said than done because it's sometimes difficult to know when you're at a top or at a bottom. This analysis will show how I identify a bottom and prepare to buy low, or as Warren Buffett puts it, to be greedy when others are fearful. Let's have a look at Bitcoin on a daily chart, and we're going to try and make this video nice and short and get all the information in there that's needed. So in doing so, we're starting with the analysis that we already have. You might be saying to yourself, okay, Marley Holiday, why do you think the price will go lower first? If it's at a low, the price should just go up, right? Wrong. If this doesn't make sense to you, think of it as if you're in a fun castle, or if you're in the US, you may refer to it as a bouncy castle or a trampoline. The further down you go into the fabric of the trampoline or the fun castle, the higher you'll jump. If you're into sports, think of it this way. The further back your backswing, whether it be in tennis or golf or baseball or cricket or squash, the harder you'll hit the ball and the further the ball will go. If you're still struggling to kind of grasp this picture in your head, just think of a slingshot or bow and arrow. The further you pull back the bow or the sling, the further the object will go in the opposite direction. And that is exactly what is happening here. So if the price hits through here, 7,000, hits through here, 6,000, hits through here, 5,000, we will purchase an average of 15% of our total cryptocurrency allocation or total balance that we've allocated for cryptocurrencies. In this hypothetical situation, if it's $10,000, then this will be $1,500 worth of Bitcoin at $6,000. And we're looking for the price to go higher. Now, if we do draw, we also want to put in a stop loss. So in putting in our stop loss, we'll put in our stop loss just around 2,500. Okay, cool. So stop loss is here regardless, 2,500. So we got our stop loss down the bottom here, 2,500, and we got our three tranches: Project Afro, Project Bermuda, and Project Crypto. If none of this makes sense, what we're looking to do is buy 5% of our total portfolio value at $7,000, and we're calling that Project Afro. We want to buy another 5% if the price goes down to 6,000 at $6,000, and we're calling that Project Bermuda. And if the price goes below that, we want to buy another 5% at $5,000, and we're calling that Project Crypto. We have our stop loss for the full 5, 10, 15% at $2,500. Today is Sunday, February 11th, 2018, and the current time is 3:29 p.m. Atlantic time, which is Bermuda time. And there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be purchasing Bitcoin right now at $8,375 on Coinbase. What we're looking to do is, in order to get the lowest, absolute lowest possible price, we have a very strict discipline of only buying at the lowest of the lows and only risking the lowest amount per investment. What we're doing is we're purchasing 5%, 5%, 5% of our total portfolio. 7,000, 6,000, 5,000. Stop loss here for the full 15%. If we do take a loss, we take a loss. I'm the first to admit when something's going against me, I want to get out. I do not want to maximize my losses. I want to minimize my losses. That's the whole point. But there are a lot of people who are discouraged right now. And what I'm going to say to you is do not be discouraged, because this too shall pass. There is a lot of talk in the media about negative things happening with Bitcoin. India has been talking about possibly banning Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. There's also talk, and there has been repeated talk, that South Korea is planning to ban cryptocurrencies and in particular ICOs. And there's also recent talk about Tether getting issued a subpoena. All right, let's take a quick look at what happened in early 2015 and early 2016. I just want to thank the guys in the WhatsApp group for posting this one. You can see back in January 2015, Bitcoin hit a low. Let's have a look at early 2016. Surprise, surprise. In January 2016, Bitcoin hit a low. What happened after January and into February and March, both those years, Bitcoin bounced back up. And in the same sort of vein, look at early 2017. Bitcoin, surprise, surprise, hit a low. And then what happened after January and February 2017? You see Bitcoin hitting new highs. And where are we in early 2018? We're at a low for Bitcoin. We're down close to 70%. However, this does not mean that this is the end of Bitcoin. In our special edition video in episode 9, our call of the year prediction for Bitcoin at the end of 2018 is for Bitcoin to be worth $35,000. There's also some talk in the markets about the entire cryptocurrency market having a total market capital of $1 trillion. With these lows, Bitcoin is at unprecedented lows. When it was at $19,000, I only dreamed that I could get it underneath $10,000. And now that dream is a reality. There's a saying that goes, the most difficult time is right before you reach your goal. 99% of people will give up right before they are successful. You do not want to be the guy at the bottom of this cartoon. You want to make it to your goal. And there are so many people right now who are so upset with Bitcoin dropping that they're willing to throw in the towel. They're looking at their balances. They're looking at what they started with. They're looking at what the price of Bitcoin is now. They're remembering that they thought that it could only go up. And they're upset. They're frustrated. They're pissed off. And a lot of those people are going to give up. And they're going to swear down that Bitcoin is rigged. They're going to be adamant that they will never ever buy a single Bitcoin again. But you do not want to be this guy at the bottom of this cartoon. This is a very interesting infographic, and it's more geared towards becoming an entrepreneur. However, I think it applies as well when it comes to the movements and the peaks and the valleys in the market. If you look at what it says at the bottom of the dip, it says right before success, you will face the worst. And that's essentially what we're going through right now. Nobody in their right mind would have said when Bitcoin hit $19,000 that the price is going to drop to $6,000. Nobody. I mean, I didn't hear anybody. I wasn't in those circles. And I'm in quite a few WhatsApp groups. But we're making it through. We have essentially survived what could be considered the worst. We've seen $6,000. We're still alive. Bitcoin still, looks like it's still doing okay. It's not going to zero. And now it's time to put on that thinking cap and to be strategic about this. How do you get in at the lows? All right, this is my strategy. This is what I do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you how I'm going to be playing this in the next few days and weeks. This is a pretty cool graphic as well. I'm just showing you that Bitcoin has its ups and it has its downs as well. And from its inception, essentially, you've seen ups of 136%, and then it'll drop back down 34%. Right? This is obviously not up to date, but with any healthy market, you can look at the equity market in the U.S. right now. It looks like it's in shambles, or it's starting to kind of crumble, and it's a sign of a healthy market. There are going to be good times and there are going to be bad times. If there are only good times, there'll be something wrong, and the same applies for Bitcoin. And this chart just kind of reminds me, anyway, that there are times when Bitcoin is not up 100% on the day, or when Bitcoin is not just having 6 days of all-time highs in a row. And it gives me that assurance and that confidence to know that, you know what, I can probably buy a few more at these lows, because I think I would regret it if I didn't buy right now. And in the summer, Bitcoin's back up to $20,000, $30,000, whatever it is. I would regret it because of the quote at the beginning of this video: when the market is fearful, you need to be greedy. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, and please take a moment to write us a comment. Share this video with family and friends, and follow us on social media. All of our social media links are conveniently provided for you in the description. As you are all well aware, I like to keep my identity anonymous, similar to Satoshi or Banksy. I'm not doing this for fame and for my name. I'm doing this for the love of the information, freeing the information up, letting you guys know what I'm looking at. Am I going to be right? No, I don't know. Probably not. The price of Bitcoin could shoot down to 2,000, and then my stop loss is triggered and I'm down. I don't know what's going to happen. But the reason I'm doing this is because, in my experience, the more I share, the more people gain knowledge, the more questions are asked, the more I learn in the long run. And I'm learning from this as well. Doing this video is actually helping me, because when I go in and place these buy limit orders for Afro and for Bermuda and for crypto, I'm remembering, you know what, I spent my Sunday afternoon working on this video, so I better do this right. And I gotta make sure I place my stop loss order at 2,500 as well. But having said all that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for your time and attention, and until next time, happy trading.